Just when you think you've seen it all, another aesthetic comes along. Today we are talking about mermaidcore, and to be fair, mermaidcore has been around for a while. And honestly, when I first heard about mermaidcore making a comeback, I wasn't super excited because I was thinking of 2016 mermaid aesthetic with the mermaid leggings and the super vivid green, blue, and purple color palette. But 2023 is bringing an updated and elevated version of mermaidcore, and I am here for it. So I'm really excited to cover this one today, and as you can see, I tried to dress the part a little bit. And I actually found out about mermaidcore through my Discord server where people can talk about anything and everything fashion and aesthetics. It's 100% free to join and it's a safe space and everyone's welcome. So I definitely recommend checking it out. You can share outfit ideas, you can share new aesthetics you found like mermaidcore, get fashion advice, and even share books, movies, and hobbies related to aesthetics you found. So we can talk about pretty much anything there and we can continue the conversation on mermaidcore. So definitely recommend checking it out. And the link will be in the description below. But back to the video. So mermaidcore is obviously an aesthetic that is inspired by mermaids. So you would see visuals like fish scales, pearls, shells, coral, and of course the ocean or waves. And in terms of the color palette, like the 2016 mermaid aesthetic, we will see a lot of greens, blues, and purples, but lighter versions of it or more muted or toned down versions of it rather than the very vivid green, blues, and purples we saw in 2016. And you can also see a little bit of white, gray, and pink colors in this aesthetic. In general, I would say there's a lot of drapes and flowy silhouettes, the kinds of silhouettes and items you would wear on the beach, for example, loose ruffles and shirted fabric to kind of mimic what a mermaid would wear if they were like out of the water pretending to be a human, sheer materials and lace, satin, pearls and shells, sequins and embroidery to resemble fish scales, and iridescent fabric. In my opinion, it's such an ethereal and majestic aesthetic, and it's a lot more subtle than the 2016 mermaidcore, which is personally much more suited for my style. I don't really like wearing super bold items. So I really love the idea of subtly bringing mermaid and siren inspiration into your wardrobe, and I also just love like fantasy inspired aesthetics in general, so I think this is really cool. And it also looks like it's bringing back some Y2K trends like sequins and ruffles. So in terms of specific items to look for tops, I would look for tie front tops, crop tank tops or bralettes or bikini tops, lace tops and cardigans, crochet tops, loose ruffle tops, satin tops, sequins that resemble fish scales. Even a poncho could work here because it's something you kind of wear to the beach. It's kind of stringy and resembles like fishnet. So I think that would work really well here. And on a similar note, if you don't like ponchos, you can go for like an open knit kind of stringy sweater. I feel like it kind of also mimics seaweed or sea foam. And I think flared sleeves would also work really well here. For dresses and skirts, like tops, you also want to look for flowy silhouettes and draped fabrics, loose airy silhouettes, ruffles, satin, lace, open knits or crochet lace. You can also go for asymmetrical hems, which to me feel very jellyfish-like. And you can also wear sarongs. If you don't wear skirts, of course you can still go for this aesthetic. I would just go for loose flowy pants or shorts. And for shoes, sandals work of course because it is a beachy aesthetic, but if you're like me and having your toes out makes you feel oddly exposed and vulnerable, I'd go for some flats, or even an espadrille kind of wedge. You can even maybe go for some boots, but I feel like that strays a little bit into pirate core territory. For accessories, I think this is where you can really go crazy and get that mermaidcore vibe, but I feel like that for every aesthetic, accessorizing really helps a lot. So first of all, you can go for some pearls and shells everywhere, hair clips, necklaces, earrings, rings, purses, body chains. You can incorporate shells and pearls in like pretty much anything. I'd go for jewelry with mermaid or ocean themes in general. Stones like opal and moonstone also feel very oceany. Fishnet tights, belly chains, dangly earrings and necklaces and layered jewelry, fingerless gloves, especially knit or lace embroidered ones. And these aren't quite accessories, but you can try to incorporate them into an outfit. Things like potion bottles, mirrors, just anything a mermaid would find in a shipwreck at the bottom of the sea. And then for makeup and hair, I would definitely go for like a wet, dewy look, so like metallic eyeshadows and a lot of highlighter. You can also incorporate pearls in your makeup and have pearly or jelly-like nails, so kind of a wet look on the nails too. And for hair, you can go for beachy waves or braids, especially fishtail braids. Another subset of mermaidcore I hope to see more of is sirencore, so it's more inspired by sirens, and I would imagine it has a lot of similar flowy and feminine silhouettes, but in darker color palettes, so darker blues, greens, and purples, and maybe some black and red. I also think for sirencore, you can incorporate more creepy themes in your accessories like skulls and skeletons, and maybe even more moon-themed accessories. I haven't seen too much of this yet, but I really hope it becomes a thing because I think a darker version of this aesthetic would be super cool. I always love darker romantic aesthetics. That's kind of my favorite brand of aesthetics. And finally, like always, I'm going to talk about where to shop. So first of all, I always have to mention thrifting because you can always find some cool and unique pieces there. I actually found this dress, which is actually a skirt that I'm wearing today, secondhand. So there's an example. For jewelry and accessories, I always have to mention Etsy as well because there's so many options on there. You can even just try searching mermaid core and you could probably find some options, but otherwise you can also search pearl jewelry or shell jewelry on there. Tiger Potion on Instagram is also a super cool jewelry brand, and they always have really unique shell jewelry and pearl jewelry. Alpine Butterfly Swim is a swimwear brand that also includes plus size options, and they also have like tops and bottoms and matching sets that I think are super cool and would fit the mermaid core aesthetic really well. R.LUM.R also has very inclusive sizing, and they are also a sustainable brand, so I always love recommending sustainable brands, and they have such pretty dresses, so I check them out as well. Loud Bodies is another brand that might have some mermaid core options. They are also size inclusive. Tiger Mist has some cute tops and skirts and matching sets that I think would really fit that beachy mermaid core vibe. Jaded London has really pretty dresses and like sheer materials that would definitely fit mermaid core. Stuck on Stupid also has really pretty dresses as well as duster cardigans that I think fit the vibe as well. House of CB has corsets and pretty satin dresses. Yes Style is an affordable option, and they always have pretty lace clothing on there, so I think you might be able to find some mermaid core options there. Free People is a store I mention a lot because it's one of my favorites. They have like bohemian vibes, and I just love their style. It's really flowy, and I think you might be able to find some options here as well. And then I'd also recommend checking lingerie stores for like bralettes and lace tops, so like Victoria's Secret or Aerie or Hey Mavens, which is also a size inclusive option. And then, of course, you can always check like typical trendy stores like ASOS, Urban Outfitters, Jing, and Revolve. They might have some options as well, especially if mermaid core becomes more trendy, because I've been seeing people call it like the cottage core of 2023. So I'm sure they'd come up with some options. But that's pretty much all I have. If you have other suggestions for where to shop, definitely let me know in the comments. I love finding new places to shop, or let me know in my Discord server in the Where to Shop channel. Definitely check that out. I think this Discord server is going to be a really great community. People are already sharing their outfit ideas and aesthetics they found, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Please check it out. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for today. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, or if you aren't already, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.